and welcome back to another episode of Art World Confessions. I had a bit of a tough time this week trying to figure out what direction to take these confessions in, and I was happy to have gone to see Scarcity's exhibition in Tribeca of the NFT auctions that they have. And there's a lot of talk right now about how the crypto market has tanked and it's so volatile and blah blah blah. Again, I think we're in the infancy of all of this stuff, and we're in the infancy of NFTs for sure. The fact that the prices are volatile or that they've tanked or whatever doesn't matter. The medium is here and it's here to stay. And I think a lot of artists, like my friend Dim Zion, who is in the current Scarcity exhibition and auction, I think Dim Zion and other artists like him, certainly Beeple, who was working for years before his NFTs skyrocketed and took him to great fame. These artists have been working diligently over the years, exploring every medium, and finally they've come into their own with NFTs, and I think it's the real great disruptor of our time, and that's been said already, but I don't think people have acknowledged how much NFTs, okay, the market has acknowledged it, but the market was never an arbiter of art history as far as I can tell. Like I've said in the past, art has come and gone that was darlings of the market. So just the fact that NFTs are being sold at every auction house now doesn't necessarily mean it's here to stay. But what does mean it's here to stay is these sales like Scarcity and all these other, not off-market, but off, what would you call it, off mainstream platforms. Just the idea of blockchain itself was developed to be in opposition to all of these established platforms. And even though there's a lot of talk about CBDs, central bank digital currency and stuff like that, I don't think there's any way that they can actually stop this development of blockchain technology. I know China has outlawed bitcoins and stuff like that, but artists are there for a reason. They bring about revolution, they bring about change, and it's thanks to artists like Dim Zion and all the other artists who are working on the periphery of the art world that we will see such change, not only now, but lasting change for the future. Again, this is a medium that's not going anywhere. It's a medium that's here to stay, and I think we're going to see a lot more amazing stuff coming out of it in the near future, and we really have to thank all the facilitators, all the collectors who have jumped in and backed this and supported it, and they're here again for the future. A good collector is a visionary person. A good collector is not just a follower of the market, a follower of his neighbor, a follower of the fashion, what people are collecting. They can see ahead, they take chances, they support things which are not necessarily established in the market or established in the current psyche. One other collector who has been very instrumental, I didn't think of speaking about him, but Alain Servet, who is Belgium based, travels all over the world, sees so much art, not just in the commercial art world, in galleries and in auction houses and in art fairs, but really goes to artist studios, hangs out with collectors who are not mainstream, who are not just in a Western based art collecting mindset. And I mean, he has taught me a lot actually about collecting and about what a great collector is. And I'm eternally grateful to collectors like Alain Servet as well. He says things like, I don't collect painting, which for me is really in and of itself revolutionary, because I can't see art and art history without painting. But that's because I've been so entrenched in the Western art world. But on the other hand, again, artists like Dim Zion and collectors like Alain Servet, they really push me to go out of my comfort zone and to embrace art in all its wonderfulness, which I don't mind doing in general, but sometimes when it comes down to like just interacting in the Western world, and you talk about like currency and the market, well, the most tangible thing is a painting, still a painting. Anyways, that's it for today's episode of Art World Confessions. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you know when next I upload another episode of Art World Confessions. I may have some other interviews coming, and like I said, some podcasts soon, so check out all of those playlists that I have saved there for you, the audio podcast as well as the visual podcast. There are two interviews with Alain Servais. If you haven't heard those interviews, you know, what he's talking about is are topics that are timely. They're eternal topics. Even though the interview was done about a year ago, it's still relevant today. So go listen to that if you haven't already. And again, thank you for being here. Have a great week.